Welcome to the Vegan Squad Health and Fitness Summit. I am John Thomas, aka the Bodybuilding Vegan, and I am so glad you are here. We have so much information, knowledge, experience to share with you, and I'm so excited for all that you're about to get to learn. Make sure you guys stay until the end of the videos. There is a huge special going on. If you haven't already taken part in it, it will be in the description box down below. And I'm also going to include the link to the VIP tickets that you've already purchased in case you want to send it to a friend. If you need anything else, reach out to me or any of your Vegan Squad coaches. We're here to support you on your journey to becoming the best you can be with your health and fitness. We'll see you inside.
I'm Lin Ochoa, one of the Vegan Squad coaches and also a proud Vegan Squad community member. I'm here today to talk about my weight loss journey, and if at any time my story just doesn't make sense, please stop me so I can dig a little bit deeper. Okay, there we go. Okay. Also, forgive me, this is my first talk ever, and my script is a little long, so I'm gonna try to do my best here. I can only hope that this story benefits someone out there and provides a good reason for you to join the community and or book one-on-one coaching with one of our amazing coaches. I tried to keep this story focused on my physical activity and anything related to my weight loss journey. But yes, the title is right. I did lose 75 plus pounds but my weight loss has been a lifelong experience. I'm 35 years old, so I swear this talk won't take 35 years. I was overweight for a large part of my life, and send an emoji or comment in the chat if you've struggled with your weight for a long time. Yes, I see some comments. Yep, a lot of yeses. And today I would argue that I'm in the best shape of my life and my quality of life is greatly improved. And that's what's kept me going. I plan to continue working on myself, not just physically, but also mentally and spiritually with help from the community. On my Instagram, my handle is Off-Court Vegan Fitness, and you can find my transformation there. But while we're here, I'm going to share it here. Can you guys see okay, yeah, so yeah, there's my transformation. It's my 1 year photo. And in fact, it wasn't the first time I lost weight, so I'll get into that later. My hope is that you'll only need one weight loss journey as opposed to my multiple attempts. But I chose my Instagram handle because I play tennis, and at a certain level, it can be easy to overlook how important off-court training can be for on-court performance. The other reason I picked the name was because it related to other sports too, like basketball, volleyball, and the other racket sports. Of course, I don't want to exclude the other sports. It's just that this is related. I'm more related to tennis. As far as the vegan fitness goes, I think that's self-explanatory. So if you're in a similar situation as I was, go ahead, join our community, and our members and coaches will help you, support you to get you through your goals. Okay. About me, I'm from Long Island, New York. I'm Trinidadian Chinese, and also found out that I'm also Venezuelan. I speak Mandarin Chinese and not formally educated, but I learned at home. And currently I'm learning Spanish to earn my last name. As a kid, I was chubby for as long as I can remember. If you can relate, send an emoji or comment in the chat if you were a chubby kid. Yeah, I see some emojis. Okay. For me, I ate everything and pretty much anything. And when people noticed me eating so much, my mom would be like, oh, he just loves food, and try to play it off. But the types of foods I was exposed to was West Indian, things like roti, aloo pie, rice and peas, and also Chinese food, both the authentic type and the takeout. And also typical American foods, burgers, hot dogs, and fries. And being a chubby kid was just how I lived my life, and for as long as I can remember. I was also lucky enough to participate in a couple of sports, which helped me develop my mindset. And that brings me to my first sport, which was swimming. Is there any swimmers here? Send an emoji or go ahead and comment if you were a swimmer. Maybe not. Okay. I was basically a chubby kid in Speedos, but you know what? I kicked ass in the backstroke. My big hands and feet were probably why I had so much success during my races. But after school, I'd go to swim practice, and the coaches there would just make us do laps and laps and laps. I never thought to question why I had to do it, just purely accepted doing it. Swim practice was important. I think swim practice was important because it taught me a routine and sticking to a structure. It was the first time I had to do something with so many repetitions. And I think the reason why I enjoyed swimming was because I was actually pretty good at it. On weekends, I'd wake up early, like 5 a.m. to go to swim meets, and I would usually place in most of my races, either first, second, or third. And I think competing at an early age was important because it taught me how to control my nerves, anxiety, before, during, and after the race. I also learned that competition was a test for all the practice I did. And when the race began, all I could do was try my best, and at the end, find out if my effort was good enough. It was hard to tell how fast the other kids were doing during the race, so I could only focus on what I was doing. Another benefit from swimming at a young age was it prevented me from gaining more weight. And of course, there's the calories burned, but there's also, the time it takes to actually physically go have like the aimless snacks. But even with all the swimming and competing I did, I was still a chubby kid. I didn't care. I didn't have a care in the world about what I was eating because I was a kid. I was active, and I didn't feel any of the effects food had on me just yet. Eventually, I quit swimming, and I gained more weight. And at this point, being chubby was just something I accepted. And but at least now I was also a chubby swimmer. Next, that brings us to my second sport, which was track. In middle school, I joined the track team. Anyone here participate in track? Go ahead and comment if you have. Maybe not track. Okay. But my science teacher at the time was the coach of the track team, and she wanted me to join because I was chubby and I looked like I could throw the shot put. That's when I realized in order to throw an 8-pound ball, I needed strength. And my size didn't equate to how far I could throw it. The experience definitely was humbling, and I think it was important to find out what I was physically capable of. That first throw was hard, and it was a benchmark for where I was. Anyone sort of remember where they realized their first physical capabilities at all? Feel free to comment if there was a time where you realized your physical capabilities. Okay. But yeah, because I competed in swimming before, I knew I needed to practice, and I wanted to throw the shot put. When I started weightlifting, nice. When I practiced MMA, nice. So yeah, so because I competed in swimming before, I knew I needed to practice. Was a cheerleader, and the first time I flipped backwards and stuck my nice. Half marathon, only 6 months. Wow. So, yeah, because I learned to compete. Since I learned to compete in swimming, I knew I needed to practice the shot put to get it to go far. And eventually, I got better at it. And in order to be on the team, I also had to pick a running event. And I absolutely hated running, and I couldn't understand why people did it. I was also terrified of the single lap they made us run around the track because it just made me so tired. I could barely make it a quarter of the way through, just giving you some context, without stopping. And when they asked me which event I wanted to do, naturally I picked the 55-meter dash because it was the shortest one. But then in order to compete in the 55, I also had to practice the 55, and not just once, but multiple times. I remember getting home from practice and feeling sore for the first time. Does anyone remember the first time they were sore? Sore from working out? Too long ago. Yes, and it still happens. Yeah. So that feeling was so new that I didn't even connect it to the training. My dad would laugh at me and assure me that that was normal. When race day came, I remember impressing my teammates, myself, because even though I was a chubby kid, I was still able to push past what I expected. In track meets, I didn't place in any of my events, but I think participating anyway was a good and valuable experience. I was proud that I participated in my first and only track season, and track taught me that training can get really difficult, and if I trained hard, I could do things that I didn't know I was capable of. I wasn't a track star, but I started to think of myself as someone who can throw the shot put and run the 55. And on top of that, there was also being a chubby swimmer. And after track ended, I went and gained more weight. And there was a period of no physical activity for me. And at one point after school, I just didn't have practice. So it was easy for me to stay home, watch TV, get bored, and eat all the food in the house. I also started following baseball, basketball, and even the WWE at the time. And I'd see athletes, wrestlers, actors with all amazing physiques, but I never thought I could get to that. They also had my attention because they were entertaining, and I was also a very impressionable kid. But what they did do was plant seeds about what the body was capable at peak performance. Does anyone remember a time where they were impressed by someone's physique, or the first time? Yeah. Even though even though I watched a lot of content with a lot of fit people, I actually didn't care to get fit. Well, not just yet, at least. I didn't know how to get fit, and I didn't want to get fit. It was just easy to eat whatever and watch TV, and so food itself became an after-school activity. Unlike sports, there's no practice sessions for eating food, except if you're a competitive eater, which is food really enjoyable at that point? Probably not. Eating was just fun to do, and within moderation. I mean, there's no real problem if you do it within moderation. But my problem was I would do it even though I was hungry, even though I wasn't hungry. Melissa said yes. When I first went vegan, I found Natalie Matthews and was amazed that she was a natural vegan bodybuilder. I followed her account a long time ago. And also, she's very inspiring. Yeah. And so the experience of just satisfying my taste buds is what I was always after. Here in New York, there's so many different foods and different cultures that and also at the time I wasn't vegan. My options here were pretty much limitless. I didn't have any self-control, and I would slowly see myself getting bigger and bigger. Logically, I knew if I wanted to lose weight, all I had to do is eat less. But of course, now I know there's a lot more to weight loss than just eating less. And also, I want to pause right there and say, if you're interested in learning more about weight loss, I encourage you to join us at the Vegan Squad community, as well as sign up for one-on-one coaching for custom experience. And back to my story, I remember not only was I getting bigger, I was also starting to feel really self-conscious about my body. The proper term for what I had was social physique anxiety, and it was made worse by getting bullied. I want to pause again and mention that a big reason why I'm here today is that I followed John's content and I resonated with how he was open with his experience about getting bullied. For the brave people here willing to share, go ahead and comment in the chat if you've been bullied and what your experience was like. I'm going to keep going, and if I see a message, I'll read it. Hopefully, we're all at peace at that, and if not, we do have the community where it's a safe and positive space. I had the typical stressors that most teens had, like fitting in, getting better grades. What am I going to do for college and my future? Your stressors could have been different than mine. But those were the typical ones I had. So if I think back on my relationship with food, it definitely was a source of comfort, which made me want to do more of it. And that's exactly what I did. Food was not a good coping mechanism, but for a while I didn't have another healthy outlet. To make matters worse, so many foods found in stores are basically engineered to be addicting. So again, with no activities after school, I had all the time in the world to just eat and constantly trigger my dopamine fix. Tennis was and that brought me to tennis, which was the third sport that I played, and I still play till this day. In high school, my mom introduced me to tennis, and in the beginning, she was way better than I was, and I couldn't keep up with her. So I had to find a friend who was more on my level. And when we got on court, I remember just laughing like the whole time because we were trying to beat each other and playing points against each other. And that friend eventually moved away. When that friend eventually moved away, I made the decision to put a lot more effort into tennis, and tennis became a larger part of my life. After I decided to go all in on tennis, I applied what I learned from swimming and track. Swimming taught me the mindset of competing and trying my best. Track taught me the mindset that I could physically push past what I'm capable of. And at this point, the identity of a chubby swimmer who also did track was there, but now I also wanted to embrace being a tennis player. With those influences, I think I trained harder than if I didn't have them. Then I was able to join a tournament training academy, and there I would consistently lose to kids much younger than I was. Many of them were nationally ranked, so it made sense. But just to give you some context, you can be beaten by anyone from any age, any weight, physical strength, and with any equipment discrepancies. A big thing in tennis is just pure talent and skill, and it's unless we're talking about the pros, but those are talent and skill is the biggest factor in tennis. But I didn't know that at the time, so my ego took a big hit. So I'd have to learn to live with that. And in each practice session, I'd be drenched. I'd sweat and probably burn at least 1,000 calories every time. I would also do things like run to and from my local tennis facility even if it was cold out. I trained Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'd even go train some more on the weekends at the USTA Center, where they do hold the US Open. During the year, it's a regular tennis facility. But after tennis practices, we also had to do conditioning. We did a lot of sprints, agility work, balance, and a bunch of leg and core exercises. The idea of conditioning for a specific sport was just new to me. And because I never needed to do it in swimming and track, I just thought that this was kind of tough. But before, the sport itself was the conditioning. And even with all the playing and conditioning, I would still consider myself not to be in shape. I was overweight, and for a long time, I was lucky enough to get away with it in my game. It was much later that I realized you can't out-train a bad diet. After spending so much time playing and training, it was a bit frustrating not to be in shape. But again, that's just how life was. My identity was now a tennis player who just wasn't in shape. After high school, I had the choice to continue regular academics or do something else. My grades in high school were not great, and I thought I would treat regular academics the same way. That's when I decided to pick a trade in the preventative healthcare and pursue becoming a licensed massage therapist. Most of my classmates in massage school were working towards their second, third careers, some even more. And I met a lot of different people from different backgrounds. Like one guy was a car salesman, someone else was a stay-at-home mom, someone else was a medical assistant, bodybuilder, bartender, and actually one person was from the CIA. They couldn't say what they did, but I don't think they were spying on us. I think they were actually trying to become a massage therapist as well. But and we learned a lot of like anatomy, physiology, neurology, myology, kinesiology, pathology, and a lot of ologies, and as well as traditional Chinese medicine. I started to realize how complex the body was and how it responds to different stimuli. And I became more and more curious about the body, and it was fun to know more. It was fun to know more about the body because obviously I had one. A few months into massage school is when I pursued my first weight loss endeavor, and I learned about calories in and calories out. I thought that's all I had to do was just count calories, but to get the body I wanted. But while there's some truth to that, you'll find out that there's a lot more to it when you join the community and when you also work with a coach. Has anyone here attempted to lose weight on their own? Sorry, my voice is cracking. Got a lot of yeses, a couple of yeses. So if we only needed to follow the first law of thermodynamics, then sure, maybe that's fine. But yes, I ended up under eating, trying to lose weight myself. Yeah, I think we've all been there. But initially, initially for me, there was some progress, but a big problem I ran into was getting stuck in a plateau and also loss of energy. For those, did you guys also experience the same thing, a plateau and loss of energy? I'm going to keep going. But yeah, that wasn't the only problem I ran into. The other, yes, and it made me fall back into, yeah. Other problems, was there a specific moment when something clicked and led you to change your lifestyle? Yeah, so I'll go into the moment that clicked, really. It's because it's like a slow, gradual thing. So the other problems I ran into was finding information that made sense and sifting through all the contradicting information. I also thought I had to do a lot of running, which I realized on a plateau. I realized when I plateaued, I also didn't have the look I wanted. I think what I had was what you call skinny fat. So for the most part, I was extrinsically motivated, which was another problem. Does anyone know what extrinsic motivation is? If you do, go ahead and comment in the chat. Yeah, like money, appearance, yep. Outside yourself, society, yep. So yeah, achieving an outcome is what the goal of extrinsic motivation is. And like getting a specific treat when you get to some goal weight. And what about intrinsic motivation? Go ahead and comment if you know. Okay. They are within you, like values are wise, yep. You want to become the best version of it, yep. Health and self-confidence, yep. Motivated by things inside yourself, yep. Yeah, so the way I see it is also it makes you you continue working out because it makes you feel good, and that's what and you enjoy it, and that's why you keep doing it. But ultimately, in my first weight loss attempt, I did lose about 20 pounds, and I was somewhat successful. But when I got my license for massage is when I decided to go back to school for regular academics. And at that time, I cared more because I was a bit older, and I was older than the general population of the kids in school. So I felt like I was more motivated in school. And in college, I was also able to join the tennis team. First, I played at Nassau Community College here, and we were able to make it nationals. And then at CUNY College, CUNY Queens College, it's a Division II team with guys from all over the world. Intrinsic is what I'm teaching to my 2-year-old. Teaching her, so yeah, that's very important and to learn early on. But yeah, so at this time I was still closer to normal BMI, so I didn't have a problem playing. And then 2016 is when I saw all the documentaries like Cowspiracy, What the Health, Game Changers, and realized my arguments against veganism were no longer making sense for me. I didn't feel right contributing to the pain and suffering of animals. Luckily for me, I also had a friend who went vegan before me, so that helped. Initially, I wasn't focused on the health aspect, but I figured if I limited myself to unhealthy non-vegan foods, that was a good thing. So for a while, it helped. But then my college tennis days were over, and I still needed to finish my major, which was computer science. This is where I started to gain the weight back again. And all my time was just focused on finishing my degree. I then earned my bachelor's in computer science, and I also realized that I had, not only did I gain weight, but I also was heavier than before. In 2018, with my experience from sports and my previous weight loss journey, I was determined to lose weight again. But this time I'm vegan. So I think, give me 1 second. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so in 2018, with my experience from sports and my previous weight loss, I was determined to lose weight again, but this time I was vegan. Easy, right? Kinda. I basically did the same thing as before, counting calories, but I added a little bit of weightlifting. It wasn't a main focus, but I did, for a second attempt, lose about 30 pounds, and I was very proud of myself. But again, the problem was I was dependent on extrinsic motivation, how I looked. I looked, and how I felt didn't matter. So, uh, yeah, what mattered was not looking fat, and that could only last for so long. So then, a third time, okay, after college, I was able to get hired at a tech job as a QA software engineer, and this is where I felt like I had my first real job, and it definitely changed my life. And I'm forever grateful to have that job because it helped me save for my wedding and among other things. My job became my main focus, and just like in college, I put off taking care of my body again. I eventually gained back the weight for a third time, and then in 2022, I got engaged to my now wife, and we wanted to get in good shape for the wedding, so we hired a coach. So now I'm starting my third weight loss attempt, and having a coach was super helpful, and it was one of the best decisions I made for my goals. I became super interested in the information my coach gave me, and I tried to learn as much as I could. But once the motivation of aesthetics, how I looked for my wedding, wore off, I ended up gaining more weight again. Actually, sorry, I lost weight with working with my coach. Another 20. I was successful working with my coach, losing about 20 or 30 pounds, but unfortunately, we had to stop the coaching because at that time we couldn't afford it. And after quitting, I wish I had something like the Vegan Squad community, because I think it would have been perfect for me. And having all that information in the community would have been super helpful, and the support too. So the wedding came and went, and I eventually put on more weight for the fourth time. And even worse was I lost my job. So now I'm unemployed. I weigh 251 pounds, and which is what you see on the screen there to the left. That's when I was weighing 251 pounds. This was the heaviest I've ever been in my life, and I began to feel absolutely horrible, mentally, physically, spiritually. As far as how I felt physically, there was pain in my knees. I found it extremely hard to play tennis because I couldn't move on the court. Walking up a flight of steps made me winded really easy. I broke a computer chair because, and there was no one around, but I was still embarrassed. My general mood was very low. It was harder to stay satiated because my body just wanted more and more food. I'd also become very self-conscious, and I would think things like, my weight will cause my friend's car to bottom out. Does anyone know what bottoming out means on the car with cars? Yep, Wolf knows. So yeah, Amber, Lynn knows. So yeah, I was afraid. I was like, my weight is going to cause my friend's car to bottom out. And the other thing was, I didn't fit in any of my clothes anymore, so I had to start buying 2XL clothing. And the last problem that I physically felt was difficulty tying my shoes, like reaching down, because my stomach's in the way. So I got to this point where I purely wanted to feel better. And so for this fourth time, I was going to lose weight again. But this time, I wanted to feel better. And the main reason why, and that's basically the main reason why I started up again, is feeling better. And also, whatever changes I make, it had to be sustainable, especially if I wanted to lose a lot of weight. The intrinsic motion, it was what kept me on my path to losing over 75 pounds, because it was a slow progression of feeling better. And I applied everything I knew. I also found John's content, as well as the Vegans Who Lift podcast. And they had been around for about a year when I started my journey, my fourth journey. And there was so much I could learn from the podcast. What was cool was I remember asking a question and getting a response. And because like, how many times do you listen to a podcast and like the host respond to your question? So that was really cool. And then learning how to make seitan. John's had a video about how to make seitan, so that was super helpful. And I figured the more content I consume, the better my weight loss progress would be, and maybe even put on some muscle along the way. However, this was extremely time consuming. Like to get all the it's all out there, but you know, to get it all the information is just extremely time consuming and very difficult. And also you also have to figure out what information relates to your I also had to figure out what information related to my situation. And also having too much information is bad, because then you have to figure out which one is what information is more important to prioritize over the other. Again, I wish I had the community, and I encourage you to join. If my hands always cramp up when I'm giving massages. What are some effective ways to strengthen them, and massage tools? So I guess I'm going to take a quick, I'm going to answer this question before I go on. So when you're massaging, you definitely have to take care of your body, because a lot of times people can burn out really easy. So using your hands are one thing, but there's also using your knuckles, using your elbows, using your palms, using your thumbs. So you want to sort of spread it around different parts of your body, and also be conscious about your posture when you're massaging. So tools, yeah, tools are great too. Like I don't know if you know the Hypervolt. When you're using that, there's a certain technique to using that so that it's not too painful. So yeah, back to my story. Sorry, I'm just trying to find out. Yeah. So yeah, I started my weight loss journey on December 9th, 2024 at 251 pounds. And then 7 months later, in June, I hit my goal weight of 175 pounds. Along the way, I really took notice of how I felt, but it was a slow progression. And a week on track felt great. A month on track felt even better. And a year later, the difference was just massive. All the problems went away. Moving my body was so easy. No more pain in the knees, no more getting winded walking upstairs. Tennis became easier to play. I can fit into all my old clothes again. Yeah, I went shopping in my old clothes. And although the intrinsic motivation was what kept me going on my journey, I was actually surprised that the extrinsic motivation did help my intrinsic motivation, because how I looked was a secondary support to my how I'm feeling. And that's all. And that was interesting, because that also helped me to keep going, because in the beginning it's hard to see changes, but if you're kind of convinced that you see them, it kind of like also pushes you to continue doing the right things. After hitting my goal weight in June, my new goal became maintaining for the rest of 2025. Here we are today. I weighed in at 178. So I think I've been pretty good at maintaining. I've also tried to focus on intuitive eating, and not be so strict, and also because it's the holidays. So this brings me to mindset. So what I think from my point of view with mindset, there's a couple of things that's involved, but does anyone want to comment what their thoughts of mindset is? Does anyone have any, like, what do you think about when you think of mindset? I feel like it might be different for everyone. I think I see people typing. Maybe I'll keep going, and I'll read when it comes out. Oh, here we go. Staying grounded in your why, building resilience around and coming back to that why often. Yeah, that is a good take on mindset. For what I had three things that I thought about when it came to mindset, and number one for me was just I think speaking to myself as I would a friend and cheering myself on when I start to give up and be hard on myself. Yeah, that's definitely a good take too. Yeah. For me, number one was belief that my goal is possible, right? We have all heard the quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right, which I think was Henry Ford. But I needed to believe that weight loss was possible for me because if I didn't, I wouldn't make any attempts to lose weight. I also used to believe I also use the belief in competing in swimming, track, and tennis to the idea that I could also lose weight. And belief also helped me create a vision of how I could feel because I wanted that better quality of life. And also believing that changes in my body were actually happening, which also supported my main motivation to feel better. Those changes would be more and more visual and noticeable as time went on, which also further solidified my beliefs. And number two, a willingness to invest time and energy on our goals. This is where this is the part where grit is a big factor. I don't think I need to tell anyone that being in a caloric deficit sucks. But I know like if just being slightly uncomfortable will get me to my goals. And this also involves reinventing myself if that's what's required. And third, development of identity. I really think that what we do defines who we are, and then vice versa, who we are defines what we do. So along my 100%, yeah. Along my weight loss journey, I realized I didn't want to be the junk food vegan anymore. So I also wanted to be a better representation of myself, as well as a better representation for veganism. I think the best representation is one where others see it and want to join you. And when I decided to add the identity of being a coach, I also realized that I have to practice what I preach. So this alone is a very good motivator to keep going. And to wrap up, a couple of reasons why I feel like I'm confident that I won't gain the weight back is I'm a bit older now, and I'm more sensitive to how food affects my body. Likewise, I also feel the effects that exercise has on my body. And lastly, I have the Vegan Squad community where I can post questions, post wins, get support from people who know the vegan struggle. And I understand that like I had the opportunities from sports like swimming, track, and tennis, but that helped me develop my mindset. But I think each of us have different life experiences that can help us grow and achieve the mindset we need in order to accomplish our weight loss goals. I also see those experiences like as unique as fingerprints. With all that said, if you struggle with your weight for a long time or even your whole life, it can be very hard to imagine what it feels like to not struggle. And as someone who's been there and back many times, with firsthand experience, I can say losing the weight feels great. And lastly, I hope my story has inspired you or anyone watching, and I hope they pursue their weight loss journey and also consider joining us at in the vegan squad community. That was my story. Feel free to ask any questions. I think I should do this so we know that it's Q&A.
Thank you, Lin.
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions for Lin?
Or comments, or just wanted to, talk. Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
Awesome.
But yeah, we have 15 minutes. If you guys want to talk, ask anything about my story, feel free to.
Love it. Thank you, Lin. Can you stop sharing your screen, Lin?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. That way we can see everyone. That was such an amazing story, Lin. Who else thinks that Lin's story was so inspiring? Drop a heart, drop a little emoji down below. Oh, I love it. Yes. You're awesome, Lin. We're so proud of you.
Thank you.
And we're so lucky to have you in the Vegan Squad community. Right, guys?
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, guys.
I'm lucky to be part of the community.
Awesome. Yeah, I think we all wish that we would have had this from the beginning, right, guys? Like, This is just amazing. The fact that we're able to provide so much knowledge for you guys. So everyone who's on the call, who's enjoyed this chat and our chats today, thank you for being here, first of all, at the summit. We have so much more exciting stuff to come for the rest of the weekend. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys in my call today. I know that John has a call coming up. Melissa has an amazing session tonight. If you've never experienced one of Melissa's sessions, you are in for a life-changing treat. I'm so excited. I want to talk to you guys real quick because something that is truly incredible about this summit this weekend, something that no one else anywhere is offering. I've been in this industry for 15 years. I've coached in gyms, I've coached online. And what I love about the Vegan Squad is that we truly want to help you. We truly want to help you change your life. And what better time to change your life than the new year, right? I mean, come on, if we're going to have a lifestyle change, we're going to do it now. And we want you guys to start the new year off on the right foot, because the way you start the year tends to affect the way the year goes and the way it ends, right? So who wants to be successful this year? Anyone? I do. Yeah? Awesome. Okay, cool. We all want to be successful. So here's one way that we can help you be successful this year, guys. We are offering something so special. Again, never seen before. If you guys want to hop in on this offer, we're going to be offering the first 5 people to fill out the form in the chat. Alex, can you drop the form? Thank you. Yes, we just dropped the form in the chat. The first 5 people to fill out this form in the next hour, you're going to win a month of free coaching. Guys, this is not just like a workout program, a meal plan. This is a month of one-to-one coaching with one of us coaches. Everything is personalized and customized to you, and it's free. It's a free month of coaching. I've never seen anyone do that, right? So let's get your year started off on the right foot. Let's get a month of coaching to get you the right plan and program for you, get your nutrition in line, your workouts consistent, your mental health, and your stress managed. And then you're just going to crush your goals in 2026, right? Who wants to do it? I do. Yeah, we all want to crush our goals together? Cool. All right, guys, we have coaches on standby to get you signed up. So 5 people in the next hour to fill out this form, you're getting a month of free coaching. And we are here if you have any questions. All right, guys, the link is in the comments. We're going to be watching, seeing who fills it out. Keep your phone near you, because whoever fills it out, you're going to get a call shortly from one of us coaches. We're so excited to chat with you. Otherwise, we have John's call happening. When is John's call happening? Alex, remind me.
40 minutes. So
40 minutes. Cool.
Yeah.
And we still have Lin here. So if anyone has questions for Lin on his talk, I didn't want to take away from the Q&A. Lin's here for a Q&A. I just wanted to hop in and make sure you guys know that we have this special offer. We're playing this game at the end of every call. So this weekend, there's quite a few chances to win one-to-one coaching for a month for free. Every call we have, every speech we have, we're going to be taking the first 5 people in for a month of free coaching. So get that form filled out, guys. And if you can't fill it out right now, you can fill it out in the next one.
I'm excited.
Excited. 2026 is going to be an amazing year. It's going to be fantastic.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, Maya's talking about her coaching experience, and I can second that, Maya. Without having someone to help me when I started my journey, I would never be where I am today. I actually had a really bad coach. my first two coaches were terrible, but they got me started. And that, like, the first person who drugged me into the gym was a friend of mine. You know, he literally kidnapped me. He was a coworker. He came to my house after work because he'd been asking me to go to the gym with him for literally, like, I don't know, like 6 months. And I was like, no, I'm not a gym person. Never have been. I don't want to lift weights. He came to my house and he literally picked me up one day and was like, you're coming to the gym with me. I will literally pick you up and put you in my car. And I did. And I actually don't really see him or talk to him anymore. But every year, once a year, I reach out to him on Facebook. I say, you changed my life. You changed my career. You changed everything. I'm so grateful to you. Yeah. Wolf asked a great question. What do you get with one-to-one coaching? Yeah, so you get a all-inclusive approach, guys. We have something called the vegan coaching method, the vegan squad coaching method, where we focus on every area that you would need to be successful in your journey. So you're going to get a customized meal plan, macros, and a way to track your food, whether it's full tracking or simple tracking. You have both options. You're going to get a workout program that is fully personalized to you and your goals. You're going to get accountability from your coach with weekly check-ins and daily chats. You will have access to your coach every single day of the week, Monday through Friday, with a 24-hour response time. And you're going to get access to the community as well. It's going to be amazing. I'm so excited for you guys. Yes. I love it, Ashley. I agree. You never can go wrong with learning more and being open-minded and trying something new. That's how we change our life, right? Love it. All right, guys, we're going to stay on for about 8 more minutes here before we take a break before John's call. So if anyone has questions, concerns, anything, anyone want to ask Lynn a question, anyone want to ask a question about the coaching and the Vegan Squad community, we are here. You have several coaches on this call right now. Hi, Dustin.
I was doing the errand, so I caught the last like 5 minutes of this so far. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jada. I think I said it right, Jada. We are at the end of one of our speakers right now, and we're going to be starting our next speaker in an hour, right, Alex? I've lost with the time. The time changes today.
Yeah, 37 minutes. The next one.
All right, guys, that form is still in the chat. Again, the first 5 people to fill it out, you're going to get a call from one of the Vegan Squad coaches, and you're going to get a free month of one-to-one coaching. This is a killer deal. Start your 2026 off on the right note, guys. Let's get your life changed. Let's get your fitness routine cemented for the year. It's going to be amazing. Lynn, there's a question for you in the chat.
My future. So yeah, in 2026, I'm hoping to enter a bulk and put on more muscle. And not a dirty bulk. I've done that before. Dirty bulks are really not great. A clean bulk. But that's pretty much it. And also, obviously, helping with coaching and being in the Vegan Squad community. I think that's my future.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for you.
Do I have any plans for bodybuilding in the future? That's a good question. There's like 2 reasons. And I think there's 2 reasons why I would do it. Number one is I am curious to how far I can push my body, but I'm not sure if I will do it. The other thing is if it makes veganism, if I further make veganism better representation, then yeah, I mean, on top of that, I will do it. But it also depends on where I am in life, I think.
Sweet. Oh yeah, brother. Anybody have fitness, nutrition, health goals for 2026. We'd love to hear them. I think for me, I also want to continue bulking. I'm at the heaviest I've ever been. I've struggled to gain weight for a long period of my life, so pretty much all of it. So I'm excited for that. Yeah, like you said, just keep being a good representation for veganism, showing people that we can be strong and healthy and thrive as vegans, and we don't need to eat animals to do so. So yeah, I'd love to hear other people's goals for this upcoming year. I think it's gonna be really exciting.
I'm trying to get one step closer to getting on a bodybuilding stage myself. So that's,
Agreed.
2026 is probably going to be the year that I really get set up for. I'm excited. It's not ever like Lynn. I say never when someone asks you that question, because when I first started working in the gym and I first started training the bodybuilding style, I would get asked in the gym all the time. There were fellow competitors in the gym, like fellow coaches that were competitors, friends, my clients would ask me. And I was so against it. I was like, no, I never want to do that. I grew up as a gymnast, so I grew up being judged, and I had no desire to step on stage and be judged. And that was, when I started in the gym, that was like, almost like 14 years ago. So it's funny because now that's my next step, is to do a bodybuilding competition. And I'm not committing to becoming a competitive bodybuilder as a career. I just want to do it because, number one, like you said, Lynn, I want to take my physique to the next level and see what I'm capable of. I want to show myself that I'm capable of it. And number two, again, it's going to promote, vegans can do it. I mean, we know vegans can do it. As you know, Torre? He just qualified for the Olympia, which is amazing. So we already know what vegans can do, but it does promote it. And also, just in general, like challenging yourself, that's something I'm passionate about. If you guys know me as a coach, my growth mindset, it's the pillar of my mindset, where I'm always focusing on growth and self-improvement. So if doing a bodybuilding competition takes me to the next level, that's awesome. And I'm not putting pressure on myself. If I love it, maybe I keep doing it like Maya and I kick butt in my first year. I would love that. But maybe I do one and I don't like it, and I just am proud of myself to reach that goal. So yeah. Oh, Susanna, I'm so jealous. It's funny because Tori is actually going to be my coach when I do my bodybuilding competition. Him and I have been chatting about it for like 5 years now. And he threw asking me like, "Hey, when are we gonna start your prep? When are we gonna start your prep?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working toward it."
Cool. I'm excited for you. Yeah, I feel like bodybuilding, just fitness in general, is just such a great place to strengthen your mindset, like believe in yourself more, show yourself that you're determined, you're committed. I think it just puts you more in touch with yourself. And I love that about our community and all the members and coaches that we have. I feel like everybody just has like very growth mindset, including all of you being on this call. Like you obviously want to grow and learn and improve your well-being. So I'm very grateful you're all here. And yeah, I'm excited for this new year of growing.
Awesome.
We got Ashley, planning to finally see progress and committing after telling yourself that you'll do it one day. Dude, I've been seeing you commit the last few months. I'm excited for you to keep growing. And yeah, just keep proving to yourself that you can do this. You are doing it already. Dustin, losing a bit more fat, but changing my focus towards more lean muscle. Hell yeah. And improve your relationship with food too. Yay. I'm excited for you, dude. I'm happy you're working with one of our coaches now, Miranda, and that she's able to help you. And yeah, I think, I think Ella's call will be super helpful. She's versed in like just having a healthy relationship with food tomorrow. But yeah, definitely I think comes with time and just allowing yourself to give yourself more grace and seeing food more as fuel rather than like something you, how do I put it? Yeah, I guess seeing food as fuel. Like, right. Melissa, want to build more muscle this year and return to the stage in 2027, period. I'm excited for you to step on stage again. Bodybuilding, especially vegan bodybuilding, trains more than muscles. It trains discipline and a healthy way of living, 100%. I love this, y'all. Thanks for sharing.
I also want to say, like, I feel like I was drawn towards the bodybuilding content because, like, the amount of command bodybuilders have over their body, it's just amazing, and that's, I think there's a lot of things that I wanted to learn from, and I feel like that's why I'm also here too.